Are you unhappy with your life? Do you wish you could do more? Does your soul burn for greatness? Then head over to your local construction site, grab your hard hat, and get ready for some
BCV! Battle Construction Vehicles!
Hello and welcome everybody. Today I'm going to show you a hidden gem beneath the rubble of the past. A game that has long lingered in my mind from early childhood that I couldn't quite remember and have only now rediscovered. A game where you get in machines and hit people with them. BCV, Battle Construction Vehicles, was a game released for the PlayStation 2 in 2003 by a company by the name of Upstart. This company persists to this day and was also active since the 1980s, with some recent-ish titles they've released being Dragon Ball Z, Battle of Z, and Triangle Strategy, which I was surprised to see this company's been around for as long as it has. But this game in particular is a very interesting one. The whole concept is about construction workers fighting for dominance over business contracts using their excavation machines. And it is a wacky time, let me tell you. The fact that it's a fighting game about using construction vehicles is already kind of out there. But then it has a story mode, and man, does this come with everything the modern audience would want. You've got incest, you've got equal opportunities employment, and you've got gay romance. So the developers of BCV were well ahead of the times. There's not a lot of content, to be honest, other than the story mode. The only thing you can do is fight against the CPU or another human being. If you beat the entire game, it does unlock time attack mode, but surprisingly, I didn't play that. So how does the gameplay break down? You drive one of your construction vehicles. It might be a digger or a steamroller, something like that, up to you, and you'll be facing off against someone else doing the same thing. But the controls are immediately terrible. The idea is they're tank controls, so you've got to use back and turn before you move to reposition yourself, and you won't be spinning around like some Hot Wheel. Problem is, they didn't code it right. I can't tell you exactly how, but the movement is super rigid and tied to the camera, which, as far as I can tell, will change angles whenever it wants, thus changing your controls. And that gets very frustrating, let me tell you.
The voice acting's fantastic.
I know. Oh, you've got this vehicle too. So, it's D-pad tank controls. But the point of reference isn't your character. It's a point in the world set on Spawn. So, I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm noticing that forward and backwards do not correlate with where you are on the screen.
It's set on Spawn.
Okay.
Also, if we're too close, the controls will revert anyway.
Oh, why did it just boost me forward there?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay.
So, if you somehow manage to actually approach your opponent, despite the difficulties in movement, you'll then be tasked with the incredible challenge of dealing damage to them. Now, the HP is represented by these inflatable safety humans on the sides. Basically, your mini Bob the Builders. And the more you thrash them, the more rope alongside that will become tight. And eventually it will snap, triggering your super move. The super move is activated with any attack button when your character is pulsing, and it will trigger a cutscene unique to each playable character. But your normal attacks are applied to the face buttons. So you've got 3 moves, and then your 4th face button is a block, which is represented by steel girders coming up around your vehicle, making it immune to damage. Your attacks vary by machine, but some clearly had more thought than others. For example, the steamroller just goes forward. Some of its attacks change the timings, but that's it. Whereas something like the crane can attack left, right, and forward, depending on which button you press. That said, not all machines are built equal, and ironically, it's the simple ones that turn out to be the best. Just ramming forward is the most effective damage type in the game because it does a set 10% damage without charging. You can hold your inputs to do more damage, but they do a set amount of damage and all they need to do is move forward to hit you. The problem with the other vehicles, since turning is so bad, is if you're in an awkward angle where none of your attacks will hit, you're going to be flailing around whilst the other guy just mashes into your vehicle. And on top of that, if an attack animation collides with the enemy before it reaches its damaging part, it will cancel early and only deal 1% damage. Admittedly, as a kid and when I first picked this up, I believe that was the only way attacks worked, because none of what I've told you is described to any degree in the game. So you just mash the button next to the enemy, you hear the sound effect go off, and they take 1% damage, and I assumed that was all there was to it. The presentation is very limited. When you collide with a surface you can't just pass through or push, orange sparks will play around your vehicle's model with the hit sound effect. The issue is because it uses the same sound effect as when you hit someone, it's very hard to distinguish if you've actually caused damage or if you've just collided in a neutral way. And it's even more confusing when you haven't realized what's going on. If you, let's say, reverse into a building and hear that sound, you might be wondering, oh, am I taking damage? A lot of this game just requires playing, and the developers hoped you figured it out, and that is very unfortunate. This game as a competitive fighter, yeah, I'm not sure it's quite got it. Some vehicles are absolutely useless. Oh, take that, look at the spacing.
Yeah, it doesn't work if I just try and leave my Jenkins.
Oh!
You know, I feel like if this game was a little better, there would be some nuance to this.
There's nuance.
There's still what nuance? Oh my god!
Here we go!
How'd you do that much damage?
Because of the spacing. But I think the developers knew that, because in the story mode, the only way they have to modify the difficulty is by choosing what vehicle you drive and what vehicle the opponent drives. And sometimes you're given terrible matchups. Speaking of the story, what is it about? It's pretty standard, you know, for a construction game.
I was born in a construction vehicle. No one can match my control. Ah! Look here! Who do you think I am? Hayato Congo.
Basically, you're playing as the son to a extinct building dynasty, a company called Congo, and you have nothing to do with Congo until one of its old workers hunts you down up a skyscraper in a crane and tries to murder you with it. So naturally, after this completely sane reintroduction to your father's business, you end up being coerced back into duty, taking over the role as the Congo crew's leader as you try to reassemble a workforce, earn contracts, and ultimately avenge your father. But the presentation of the story, much like the gameplay, is rather, special, we'll say.
You're tough, Gramps.
Listen to me. You must succeed your father. I beg you, young master.
Shut it, Gramps. I left because I didn't want to do just that, so he's dead. Still no reason to change my mind. Whoa, watch it! Easy there, Gramps, okay?
Look, young master. Since the boss died, the Congos have dispersed.
What's that face? Why is he doing the rock face? What the hell is that?
Oh man.
Well, we could be next. Can you beat him?
Everyone. Wow.
Did they have same face syndrome? What is this?
I don't know if he's talking to us or if he's leaving.
No, look at those dead eyes.
They're sparkling. He's got future in them. A lot of the faces just look, well, They look funny, okay? There's no polite way of saying it. A lot of the face expressions look funny, but there's no cuts either. The game will just play you a scene and then cut to the next scene with no indication time has passed. You just need to piece that together for yourself. People were teleporting left and right. At first I thought it was just a joke, but then it kept happening and I realized, oh, this is just how the game is. And the cutscenes that are animated, they get PNGs for the characters into the 3D models, some of which can look very amateur. And that's what's really confusing about BCV. On the one hand, it's this wacky concept of a fighting game with construction vehicles, a bloodline feud with anime cutscenes, and a strange cast of characters that you think must have been a passion project. At first, I thought it was the company's first or early game, but then I looked into ArtDink and see they've made tons of games. So it must have been a passion project for some members of the team. But then at the same time, you have terrible gameplay, terrible graphic design, and an overall short experience, which contrasts with being a passion project. I don't know what to make of this game, and what's further confusing still is when you beat the game, you unlock a gallery. And I thought it would just be the cutscenes we'd already seen in the game, but no, it also includes the concept art and a couple marketing pieces of artwork as well that's not in the game, and this is all drawn to a way higher standard than what we see in the gameplay. And with the parts that show the characters living their lives, it really feels like whoever put this together envisioned this world and had a lot of thought and connection with these characters. So once again, I have no clue how the final project became what it did, but BCV, Battle Construction Vehicles, is the fighting game that you have never heard of. I'm gonna be edgy and be the bad guy.
Oh, yellow
no,
trousers.
I'm green.
Oh,
I'm green.
Oh, yeah, well, that's your car. That's
Yeah,
your
my
ride.
car.
Your rig. Mate, I don't know anything about this game.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Look
Look
how peak this is. This is... Oh man, if people think Battle Royales were the future, they haven't seen this game. Like that.
So you can just, like... Oh.
I blocked it.
Mate, can you just spam block?
I think it's got a cooldown, but...
Bro.
The camera changing is stopping me from turning around.
Like,
Turn around!
Bro, this is the most effective move in the game. Like,
Oh great, this is it. This
he
is
got
it.
stun locked,
This
bro.
is it.
That's it. Oh no, you can just block indefinitely.
There we go.
Push the win!
Oh, this is it. You're done now.
I couldn't tell if that was like, you know what, I thought
Yeah.
your question.
There you go.
Oh, I've creased.
Oh, I've got you. No, don't do this to me again. Once you pass the point of no return, you just can't turn because the camera keeps moving.
Oh, I thought I just died going.
That's, you know, sinking mod. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but
What's going
have
on?
fun in there, mates. So I just need to stay away.
Oh my
Hey.
god, that's cringe. But the controls are not helping.
This vehicle's the worst one. It's the first one and the worst one. Oh! Come on, Abe! The spacing! Yeah, take that.
Bro, this is...
Animation cancels! There's just no animation if you hit them.
it's-
Oh, my super's ready! You're done!
Bro, I can't get out!
Should have got your driving certificate. Reverse gear. You're not dead?
Like, you're literally being carried by the two ultimates you've hit.
Yeah, I know. I was losing originally. No! No! What is this?
Why? Where are you turning? Oh, this.
Oh no! Block.
Oh wow. Oh no.
I warned you.
Oh yes, the early 2000s gay men equals kisses and rainbows. Okay, I see. Oh, I see where we're going.
Oh no, I'm actually losing because of that. I'm a stall.
Bro. Well, if you stall, surely I'll win.
I have no clue. I have no clue.
Mate, I can't get you anywhere. The controls are too bad. I can't change.
I'm stuck. Oh, come on. Stop putting me back in.
But I don't want to reverse. Go forward. Kill him.
I win. No.
What? Yes! I was born in a construction vehicle.
I need a different construction vehicle. This is terrible. The wheelie dozer.
Mate, that was absolutely
good.
awful.